Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Live. A final look now at your sports news for today. We now do take a look at a sport that has high participation numbers, but not the commercial success of sports like cricket, rugby, as well as football. And the sport we're talking about today is hockey. And we've roped in South African hockey player Onthatile Zulu to talk us through this. Good morning, Onthatile. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You look absolutely stunning. Onthatile, first of all, for people watching at home, just tell us more about Onthatile. How old are you? Because you look extremely young, but at your young age, you've already been to the Commonwealth Games, you've been to the Olympics, and you've also participated in the Hockey World Cup.
Yes, so I'm 23 years old, and I started playing hockey at the age of 6. So it all started in 2006. I had just come back home from school, and we had to sign up for sports curriculums. And I told my mother, I wanted to play hockey. I wanted to, be part of the athletics team as well as swimming. So I didn't really take it seriously up until I made the interprovincial side. So I played for Northern Gauteng for 2 years, and I made the BNC side. So that was in 2016. So I was still quite young. But the
You're still quite young now, even.
Exactly. So in 2016, I then decided to switch schools. I went to Cornwall College because I felt like I would get more opportunities with my sport. From Cornwall College, I then went to University of Pretoria. So I started studying at the University of Pretoria in 2019.
What you study?
I studied a BCom in business management. So I'm a recent graduate from there as well.
Congratulations.
So yeah, being a student athlete was just amazing. I was exposed to a high performance environment, which I think elevated my sport. And I was able to focus on individual performance and almost identify my strengths and weaknesses. So just going to the University of Pretoria was the best decision I made because, I was able to, I'd say, increase my opportunities. I made my debut in 2019, so that was the first time that I played for South Africa. It was so overwhelming because I had just gotten a call from my coach saying, listen, there's someone I think who's been injured. Are you willing to fill in? And, I just seized the opportunity. And ever since then, I was like, you know what, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is meant for me.
Tell us more about your debut for South Africa. When you got into that pitch, what was just the emotions and what was going through your mind at the time? Because you say you just decided, I'm going to do hockey, I'm going to do swimming. Never was it something that you thought you wanted to pursue fully. And now when you see where you are, tell us more about just what it means for you and your family.
Yeah, no, it was so overwhelming. And, I was just so happy, and every time I step onto that field, I'm not only playing for myself, but I'm playing for my family, the people who've supported me, the people who drove me to hockey trainings, the people who've invested in me, my parents. They're my number one supporters, and I'm not only playing for myself, but also young girls who are watching me, who look at me and are saying, I want to be like her, So I want to inspire people, and it's so overwhelming just thinking about it. But if I'm able to be that example, then why not?
Yeah, and I think we're getting to a point. We've said that 2023 in terms of sports in South Africa is the year of the woman because we've had the T20 Cricket World Cup, we had the Under-19 World Cup, we had the FIH Indoor Hockey World Cup, which you participated in as well. Tell us about how you felt about Team South Africa's performance overall at the Indoor Hockey World Cup and what you would have liked to see being done differently.
So the Indoor World Cup was amazing. I mean, they came forth. I'm actually not part of the indoor squad. I play outdoor, but I watched them and supported them, and I think they did a pretty good job, especially for women in sport this year. There's a lot of sport going on this year in terms of, supporting the women. The cricket happened as well as the netball's coming up as well. So I'm really excited for that. The SA Women, we have a whole tour this year leading up to Paris 2024. So I'm very, very excited to get going with the team.
Have you ever thought of doing both field and indoor? Because, I mean, we've seen some players, the likes of Robin Johnson, who does both. Have you ever thought of that, or are you just an outdoor girl?
I played indoor once. It didn't go well. I got injured and I never went back again. It's just a different dynamic. You're constantly bending. It's much faster, less running. So I enjoy the outdoor a lot more. There's more people, more teammates. You get to make more memories with more people, so it's amazing.
I want us, as we wrap up, Onthatile, to speak about the financial aspects of you being a hockey player. I mean, you speak about going to the University of Pretoria, where you guys have the HPC, and just a lot of support in that regard. But how has it been for you financially in terms of being able to be involved in the sports? I know often when it comes to women in sport, we ask ourselves the question, can this be a career? Or do you need to then also tap into your business degree that you've now got to supplement that?
Yes.
And how you feel about commercial partners starting to come on board and supporting women in sport?
Unfortunately, like hockey in South Africa is, an underfunded sport in general, and a lot of people know that we don't get paid to play. It's all passion. We're so passionate about playing for our country, and it's so sad to see that there's so many hockey players in South Africa who have so much potential and talent, and because some people can't afford to buy a stick or buy hockey shoes, they end up not playing or end up quitting the game. So over the years, I've been funded by my parents, people donating as well. So it's a struggle that a lot of hockey players we can all relate to. So I'm just grateful for the sponsorships that I recently have with Red Bull. It's been amazing, and I'm just so excited to have them on board with me. They're just so supportive, and it allows me to just focus on my hockey and not worry about any external factors.
Well, Onthatile, unfortunately, we have run out of time, but thank you so much for joining us this morning, and good luck to you. We look forward to seeing what you're still yet to achieve. Onthatile has a nice media event today with some people in the media, and Jay Something's going to be cooking, and I hear you're a big fan, so you must have fun with that one.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's how we wrap up your sports news for today right here on Morning Live. We take you through now to a break, and then Sakina and Leanne will take you through the last about 30 minutes of Morning Live. Until tomorrow, be blessed, stay blessed.